Have you heard the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover? But that's what people do, right? We judge everything by outward appearances. In my experience, a great album cover can make or break the decision on whether I buy an album. So go on a journey with me as we look at some great album cover designs and talk about why I believe that you need a personal designer for your album artwork. This is Judged by the Cover. All right, and welcome back to the Judged by the Cover podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Phil.
And today, we are not in our usual space, as you can tell if you're watching the video. We are actually hanging out at Ventress Southside in Chattanooga, hanging out in the retro vinyl booth with our buddy Scott.
Yes.
Hey,
Scott.
glad to be here. Thank you.
So today is Record Store Day, is the day that we're recording this. You're probably going to hear this basically a week after. But yeah, we're just here to hang out, meet some cool people that like music, check out some records. Phil's already finding stuff that he's putting his name on that he's taking home. Robin is really excited about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Keep
first
shopping.
We brought our wives. They're just behind the camera.
Yeah, you can't see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, first just want to say thank you, Ventress Southside. Thanks for hosting us, letting us come in and disrupt your Saturday morning.
And thank you, Scott, for having us.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. Scott's got some giveaways set up for us. So if you are here in person, and I believe it's if you spend $10.
$10 or more.
$10 or more, you get entered into a drawing. So he's got a hat. He's got some Rock 96 plates and merch, and then I think we may also have a T-shirt.
T-shirt,
as well.
yes. T-shirt.
So yeah, better make sure you get down here to grab one of those. So, Record Store Day. What was I going to say about
When
that?
did it start? Like, I know this has been popular at least 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's been at least 10 years, and it seems like every year it's just gotten better and better. More people involved, more people coming out. A friend of mine down in Carsville does a Record Store Day.
Right.
And he did a little shout out this morning. There was probably like 50 people lined up for like 8 a.m. in the morning.
Isn't that amazing?
So, yeah, it's crazy.
It's taken off the whole vinyl collection thing. And what I've heard is like a lot of people don't even own a turntable, yet they still buy the vinyl.
Still buy the vinyl, yeah. A lot of people just love to collect and put it up on the shelf and not open it, still sealed, etc. So
I love the bins, man. The bins you have, just miles of records, all the posters. It's like I get like a little warm and fuzzy feeling when I walk in here.
I know, right? Yeah.
Almost like a contact high.
It's almost like it is. It's almost like a drug. It's like, you go
really
into a
is.
store and see all these crates of vinyl. Crate digging at its best.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin my credibility, but when I walked in and I saw the Culture Club poster, I was like, I'm home. I'm home now. I'm home.
So cool story about Scott. So when I first started my business, JW Creates, and I started doing logos and stuff like that, Scott was actually one of my first clients that wasn't one of my friends or family or somebody within my circle.
Love that.
I believe, Scott, you reached out to me through Instagram. And
Instagram.
I was like, holy cow, it's real
It's a
now.
real customer.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
It's been really awesome. The logo that we designed together turned out great.
I love it, y'all. I
love
love the color.
Yeah. I love what you've done with it, with the hats and with the T-shirts.
Yeah.
And it's still one of my favorites. So Scott, why don't you just give us a little bit of who you are, how you got into the records store business, music business. Yeah, just give us a little bit. Who is Scott?
So I really want to talk about the logo at first, real quick. Like I said, like we always do, we sit and scroll through social media, wasting time, right? And then I come across Josh's post, and I was like, hey, I've always wanted a logo. I never really branded my store, so I've reached out to Josh. We worked together 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it was. And what's interesting is I gave him my thoughts as far as what I wanted the logo look, and he came back and it was totally different. So, but I mean, it was just it shocked me. You know how you look at stuff and you just immediate like, that's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah. So that's where the logo came, and then I started. He created the logo, got the the business cards, the hats, the shirts, so everything's great there. But a little bit about me. So I've been in the vinyl business. I've always enjoyed vinyl. You think back in the day when you were a kid, the little 45s, you used them for frisbees.
Yeah.
You're knocking yourself in the head now because. But anyway, so a buddy of mine down in Cartersville, we worked together at Shaw Industries, and he was doing vinyl, and he always loved it, and I seen the passion, so I started buying vinyl from him. And next thing I know, I just got addicted to this vinyl, and it's just crates and crates of vinyl that I don't listen to. So I said, you know what? I need to start selling. So I started out 2018 on a small wall up front, and then blossomed to this. And it's been 6 years. Enjoyed the ride. I got 2 locations, one here in Chattanooga, and then I got another location. Shout out to Grumpy's Antiques in Dalton. Hope you're listening.
Hey, y'all.
But I got a little small booth there. But the cool thing about Venture Southside is Kat, the owner of Venture Southside, got 3 locations. Venture Southside, Ventures Northgate, I believe it is, and then she's also got a store up in Nashville on Nashville Row or whatever it is. But she's a great person. Paul, her husband, they're great. So she reached out to me and said, "Hey Scott, we're opening this store in 2016. We're missing vinyl. I want you to come be my vinyl guy." And she let me come in, and 6 years later, we built a great relationship. I'm just so passionate about collecting vinyl. It's just so unique how you came in and talked about a couple albums, but it's fun.
It lights you up, it really does, especially if you come from that era of, I'll just date myself. I graduated in 1987 from high school. Yeah. So, but that was it. Our entertainment was, and I've shared this with you, I would cut a couple lawns. I'd get like $10 and then I'd go right away to the record store and they'd be playing the Culture Club. Man. And I'd buy the record. Yeah. But that's how you discovered music, and it was fun to go home and open that album up and get into it.
Yeah, and the cool thing about vinyl, and I don't know, I've read this somewhere, a blog or something, it seemed like the blog said that these kids back in 2016, maybe 2017, got so tired of just the download stuff. They physically wanted to hold something, look at something or whatever. So they started going out and buying vinyl. Then next thing you know, it's just boom. It's just an industry that is just, it continues.
Right. And we know Taylor Swift is at the top of that game. Like she's got
shout out to the Swifties.
And you know how hard it is to place a vinyl order if you're an artist, because there's only a handful of pressers, vinyl producers in the United States. And most of them, I think, are in this region, like Nashville, right? United Records, Detroit. Jack White bought one. I forget his label, but it's he's got a press. Third Man Records. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
There are only a few places, and if you don't put your order in, Taylor Swift's got it locked up.
Yeah. So I had a question.
I have many questions.
Oh, no, I remember where I was going to go. So Scott, we were talking the other day. So tell me a little bit, before you put like your vinyl out, tell me kind of what you do to go through it before it hits the shelf here.
Thank you. Yeah. So one thing about me, anyone that buys vinyl from me, they know that they get quality stuff. And what I mean by that is I clean records before I put them out. I have, on Friday night, we have a veg night. I clean records, and my wife labels, so she's a big part of it.
I love it.
Hey, come on.
I love it. We love our wives. Come on.
The thing, I got one here. So you'll see, if you come into the store, you'll see Beatles Magic Mystery Tour with booklet. Light scratches, but plays fine.
Right.
So if there's any kind of question about any type of vinyl that I bring into the store, I'll play it first to make sure there's no skips or whatever. Yeah. And I've always got a policy that, hey, if you're not happy, bring it back. Right. Swap it out for something else. So yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So some people, there's locations, y'all know this, you can go out to an antique store, mall, whatever, and they just throw the records out there, $20, and it's got dirt all over it.
That's goodwill.
Yeah. So I like to bring it back to life. So I clean it and wipe it down and make sure it's good to go.
Yeah. I actually have a turntable, and I've gotten burned at Goodwill, and I know Goodwill's trying really hard to be good, but I bring it home and I pull it out. It's like someone played tic-tac-toe on it or something. I'm like, dang, man, it's only good for the wall art now. I actually want to play the thing,
Yeah. What kind of questions you got, Phil?
Like with your posters, are you like crawling in bins to find these? Are you reaching out across the country? Do you go down to Atlanta? I mean, where are you getting these are really cool. And I love it that they're framed because I want to just buy the thing from you and I don't want to have to go chase down a frame.
Yeah.
I want to go home and put up on my wall. So I appreciate that, what you've done. But where are you, like the police poster? I'm probably going to have to come home with that one. Culture Club. I'm just gonna. I admitted I like Culture Club. You can judge me all you want, but I love them.
No judges here.
But
no judgment.
how do you get these cool posters?
Yeah, so I have a supplier that I reach out to, and a lot of the 12 by 18s are reprints.
Yeah.
But some of the Culture Club, it is an original poster. Found it in an album cover, so I said, "Hey, this is too cool to leave inside a cover." So I reached out and put it in a frame.
And you hardly see any folds.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about the album format. You get cool posters.
The other one beside it, the Beatles, it came out of a Beatle album cover. Got the black light posters I get up from a lady in St. Louis. So it's just, it's going out and a lot of people think, hey, you just put vinyl, but it's a lot of work too. But it's a passion. So
I think we need to back up for a second. Can you tell us more about black light posters?
Black light posters. Okay.
Raise your hand in here if you don't know what a black light, do you know what a black light poster? Oh, Lord have mercy, girl. All right, come on, educate us.
So educate us here. So you probably they don't have these, but back in the day when I was a teenager, young man, I'm old now, right?
Yeah, come on, it happens. Except for me, still 14 in my brain.
Same here. I love to have fun. But anyway, you used to be able to go to the fair, I believe.
Yeah.
And they had the little game, and they had the balloons, and you throw darts at the balloons, and you pop them, and then you win a black light poster. So that's where I grew. And you may have something different.
Well, we can go deeper into this.
Yeah, let's go deeper.
Yeah. Why don't you educate us?
Yeah, well, I'm going to educate you. If you were a music-loving teenager in the 70s and 80s, God, that's a long time ago. You could do a couple things. You could paint your room black if you were that twisted and your mom would let you. And then you would set up your black light, and then you would have your posters. You turn off your normal room light, turn on the black light, and then you would go into a deep psychedelic world of posters with mushrooms and a caterpillar that's getting high with a bumblebee. And and you would trip out because it would have a whole other life when you illuminate it with the black light. You go down the rabbit hole that Alice in Wonderland went down, and I just came back. Yeah. I just got back.
Yeah. So that's the background on black light. One day I'm going to get a black light room in here and kind of dark it out. So,
that'd be pretty sweet.
Never leave.
So, Scott, this is a show where we talk about cover art in regards to music. So, as a collector, when you're looking for vinyl, what does the cover art? How does that play into it? Is that something that drives you to go out and looking for stuff, or is it more of the music side? What draws you to the albums?
Yeah. Before we say real quick, get to that, can I do a shout out to Venture Southside? Just wanted to make sure that you reach out to Venture Southside. It's over 12,000 square foot, 82 vendors, mix of old, new and local artists. This location opened in 2018. So
Amen.
I just wanted to give a shout out to
Yes.
Venture Southside.
Thank you,
That's my family. I appreciate them, and we have a good time here.
Yeah.
A lot of cool vendors in here.
Yeah.
But anyway, so really the album covers, it's just, to me, I don't have I like classic rock, but I try to keep my mindset open as far as if you look at an album cover, I mean, let's agree that it's art. That it's it's unique, and it's like you see an album cover. If that was an album cover, it's like, what were they thinking when they made that cover? The Alice in Wonderland, right?
Alice in Wonderland. That's a little scary.
But, I just the covers are unique. I love looking at the covers and just the creativity within the artist that did these covers is just pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
It's almost like I feel like maybe the big artists, like, all right, I'll use Taylor Swift as an example. They're
We're a Taylor
spending
Swift
time.
podcast
I guess
now.
I don't know why, but she does have compelling artwork on her album covers. I think she's spending time to delve into, like, when you guys created this logo, you didn't just like, all right, I got it, that's good. I mean, I bet you spent some hours figuring this out.
Oh yeah.
But I wonder, like, how many of the younger artists are spending time to come up with these concepts, bigger concepts. Who can we use? Like Boston cover back there with the interstellar vibe. Even this setup with Santana, just the way they're dressed, the fashion, the black and white photos.
Got you one here, right here.
Oh, my
God. Hysteria.
Yeah, Hysteria.
A lot of people don't know, but if I'm not mistaken, that artist that created it took him over 3 years. And they spent like $4 million total for this album.
Incredible. And, that was a big. Was that Mutt Lange that produced that album?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it's
That's
just
a big record.
It's cool. Again, it's just the creativity, setting down and starting from basically probably back in the day a piece of paper and a pencil and just started sketching.
And you know right away when you see this, if you're a Def Leppard fan, are there any Def Leppard fans in the house?
Heck yeah.
You know right away. You know, you're either going to an AA meeting or a Def Leppard show. Maybe both in my case.
It could be both, yes.
But that's
got no shame.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And then you got the, of course, you got the Wall.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
I had a girlfriend give me this record. With, I'm sorry, honey. I was a kid. I was in high school. She was an exchange student from Italy, and she gave me this record. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then I played it. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. These people are messed up.
Yeah, if you've never seen the movie The Wall, you definitely need to sit down and watch it.
Have y'all seen the movie The Wall by Pink Floyd? Yeah. Woo! Get the Prozac out. Here we go. This thing is whack.
There you go. Yeah.
This movie will take you on a trip.
Definitely take you on a journey, right?
But I will say, where are the song titles on here? You got to get into it. I don't know, but that was it, The Wall. And this was a huge album.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
It's probably one that you probably get requested most people trying to find, right?
That
really?
One, and this one right here, Dark Side.
Oh, yeah.
This is another, this.
It's another logo.
Anybody, I don't care who you are, if you're not a music lover, but you look at this logo and you see, instantly it's Pink Floyd, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's synonymous with Pink Floyd now.
So this is a good one.
I've never seen the back. Let me see that thing.
Yeah. Take it out if you need to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a
We'll do this.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a reprint on 180 gram. So
Oh, wow. But that's all original? Like that was in there?
Yep, that was in there. Yeah.
Get that on there.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah. So Pink Floyd's probably my favorite artist. I got every one of their albums. Fleetwood Mac, but and of course you got the famous Leonard Skinner.
Yes.
The original cover.
The original.
Yeah. That's the original.
Because that record came out, like 2 months or so before the plane crash? Is that right?
Oh, my gosh.
And then they switched it up, to...
he's got the other one.
The other.
Yeah.
Why'd they take the flames out?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a story behind it. Maybe Josh?
I don't know specifically, but it had something to do with, because after the accident, people weren't buying it because they felt like it was too, gory or something that, or like predestined. I don't know. So they changed it to just the simple... cover that you see there.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more specifically.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They died in the plane crash. Right.
Yeah.
How many band members did they lose? A few.
Yeah, you stumped.
Well, they lost the lead
hard
singer.
questions, Phil.
Right.
They lost the lead. I mean,
Yeah,
I know, it's a long time ago, but it was tragic.
Yeah, it was
Plane went
tragic.
down. They lost, let's just say, most of the band.
Most of the band. Yeah.
And then I think the brother stepped up.
Yeah.
I saw them in Vegas, and it was the brother singing a long time ago.
But, it's just... this one's a cool one, so I'm going to kind of educate you on Cold Blood, First Taste of Sin. This is actually a San Francisco band.
Okay.
And so that's the other cool thing about the crate digging, the music. Keep an open mind, because don't just get zoned in on one genre.
Yeah.
Never heard of these people, but last year I was out crate digging. Again, you mentioned earlier about buying it because of the album cover.
Yeah.
This is why I bought it, because of the album cover. I never heard of them. I thought it was unique. And then next thing you know, I've started listening to them. They got a very unique vibe about them, so they're good.
Can I take it out?
Yeah, go for it.
I can never put them back in this plastic.
And that's the other thing, speaking while you're looking there, cleaning, I always put them in a sleeve, so that's the thing about it.
No, it's good because it protects the art.
And on a side note, if you are in here and you're digging through the vinyl and you pull it out of the plastic sleeve, please just put it back in the plastic sleeve.
I have a hard time doing it, though. I'll be the guy that just gives it up. Like, when I go shopping for clothes, I just throw it back on the shelf and run away.
So I want to educate Phil on how to so you just hold it in the corner here?
Yeah.
You just slide it in here?
Pro right there. That's a pro move.
I didn't do this one. I just threw it back in here. Here, do this one for me.
So the thing about it is, the one thing you don't
can't take him anywhere, can we?
You don't want to put it like this, because if they turn up...
I don't know where it's at.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that would be tragic.
Yeah. That would be tragic. Yeah. So you always want to put it on the side, kind of hold it in the corner.
Gotcha. This one's hard, though. I told you, this is a wicked album.
The double.
I would say the double.
Once you unleash the demon, it doesn't want to go back.
This one is kind of stuck.
I told you, I can't do this.
It wasn't just
My wife
Phil.
will do it. Here, she's good with babies.
Yeah. So that's just some of the... going back to vinyl, so I had hundreds of crates. I pay money to store records that I need to get in here.
Do you still have the warehouse?
I do. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's a climate control warehouse. But anyway, so I've got about 5 crates that I really listen to, that I've kind of dwindled myself, behave, and started listening to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
there, my wife got
great
it.
job.
So you said, and you may have already kind of answered this question, saying that Pink Floyd is kind of your favorite band. Is there an album specifically, or an album cover that you really love, that's kind of your favorite?
Yeah, it would probably be the Pink Floyd Dark Side. I mean, I don't know see if anybody can guess. That one's a cool cover that I like, that's pretty unique and different.
Oh, Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Yeah.
Man, it's so funny. I never got into this band. Yeah. And they're a big band.
Yeah, that's one of Janis Joplin's bands. So,
okay. I would say I've never heard of them.
Janis Joplin. What a talent.
I think she's actually on the back. Yeah, that she
oh my
she
gosh,
had
she is the Holding Company. Yeah. She is the band.
Yeah.
She's like, I got the back cover.
Yeah, she had I watched the documentary on that. She had a hard life. She went through a different bands, drug problem, whatever.
Yeah. But, and died at 27, right?
Died at 27, yeah. So
she went to my community college. I went to Los Angeles Valley College, and she went to LA Valley College.
Wow.
Shout out to LA Valley College.
Yeah. But that one's unique, and but yeah, I don't know if I can honestly sit here and say one is my favorite. Again, I love taking them out and just looking at, reading about the artists who created it and how much time they put into it, like the Hysteria, almost 3.5 years just to create the album cover. I mean, that's unique.
As a kid, I was such a nerd with Star Wars. I actually bought the soundtrack vinyl, but it was such great music. John Williams, and I don't know what it was. I went through a phase as a teenager. So, I buy the Culture Club, whatever. I had a local record store in Richmond, Virginia, Plan 9 records and tapes. Give them a little plug. Not no thanks. I love you're my favorite. No. You're my favorite. You are. And you're states away. But buying these vinyl soundtracks, have you ever come across the soundtrack for Star Wars?
Just so one last week here.
Really?
Big, it's huge. As soon as I put them in here, they get gone. So it's a hot item.
And I think it's a double album.
It is. Yes.
I still got it, y'all. I'm holding on by a thread with the memory.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So any of those Star Wars, I sell a few Star Trek, Encounters of the Third Kind or whatever it was.
Yeah. I just bought at McKay's a box collectible edition of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
Epic stuff, man.
Yeah.
Epic.
Cool. Well, I guess one final question for you.
One final question?
Yeah.
For now.
Okay.
Unless Phil's got more. As far as taking care of vinyl, so I am getting into vinyl. I've got myself a little bit of a collection going. So what sort of things should I be doing or can I do to keep that vinyl fresh, clean, looking good? What's your thoughts there?
Great question. So they've got things out there, little brushers or whatever. You kind of put it on the turntable and let it turn and just kind of let it run across. You can kind of see it pick up the dirt or the dust, because even if you got them in these sleeves, they're still kind of hard to keep clean all the time. But the main thing, main thing too is when you're pulling it out, just make sure when you pull it out, just kind of, take it and kind of let it slide out into your hand and hold it. Don't put fingerprints all on it.
That's in good shape, man.
That's a clean album.
That's
right?
a clean album.
So, but and just when you play it, kind of wipe it back down and put it back in the sleeve. And you were talking about turntables earlier. There's some things too. Like I tell people, if you want to get into vinyl albums and you're not sure yet, just get you one of these little suitcase vinyl turntables and play them on there. And then as you get into it, we talked about this, Josh. As we get into it, you can go to the next level. I mean, you can spend. I spent $400 on my turntable. Don't tell my wife.
Don't tell your wife.
Your secret is safe with us.
Yeah. What goes on podcast stays on podcast.
That's right.
But, and just put it back in. But anyway, so you can get. It just depends on how in depth you want. There's some people that buy a $400 turntable and then they turn around and spend $200 on a better cartridge with the needle and all that.
Right.
The stylus is just, But that's one way, just keeping it in a protective sleeve and when you get it out, wipe it down, and then when you put it back in, wipe it down. So
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Do we have to go right now?
No, keep going.
Like comedy albums were big, especially like I grew up with Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. Do you ever get what was it, Delirious? What was that? What was his tour? The Eddie Murphy Delirious album? Do you ever get those LPs?
I don't think I've ever seen the Eddie Murphy Delirious. No, I don't think I have.
I wonder is anyone buying comedy records anymore?
Cheech
and Chong. I bought Cheech and Chong. You open it up and they hide all their weed inside the car.
Now I have, Have you seen the original where it's got the big rolling paper? Inside the Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, there's a rolling paper. I actually had one. And I sold it for like $50. That's a high ticketed item. So,
would you actually roll one and smoke it?
No, I'll let somebody else do that.
That's a different kind of podcast.
Dude, you know what's funny? I grew up in a real Irish Catholic household. You can't have that shit in the house. We had that shit in the house. I would get dressed in the morning going to Catholic school. We had my grandmother gave us this. It's a hi-fi thing. It was like a freaking cabinet. You open it up. It's got the turntable, the radio. Store your cutlery and your albums and all this crap in there. Every morning I would put on my Rod Stewart 45. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, getting dressed for Catholic school. My dad would come downstairs and like, what the hell are you listening to?
Yeah.
I was like, that's Rod Stewart. I'm getting ready for school. That was how I got ready I got pumped for school. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, let's go.
Or while he's behind closed doors, the Cheech and Chong, keep it knocking, but you can't come in.
Yeah. So
that's a great movie too. So if you've never seen Up in Smoke, put it on your list.
I'm having a flashback.
Oh, man. Well, for those in the Chattanooga area, if you are downtown Chattanooga, you got to stop out at Ventress Southside. Come check out Scott's booth here, Retro Vinyl Records. He's got the vinyl, he's got CDs, he's got tapes, he's got posters. I mean, he's got a little bit of everything. He's got some cool stuff in this back room. There's one that you were showing me that's covered up right now. That's really cool. So do some digging. There's some cool stuff in here.
Yep.
Come
support Broadway musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of everything here
For
if
the
you're a
one
music
person out
person, but also like Scott said, Vintrist.
Yeah.
How many square feet is the?
It's like the whole square foot
Yeah.
is 12,000 square foot.
12,000 square foot.
A lot of vendors. We got like 86, 88 vendors, I believe.
Yeah, and it's everything from like vintage clothes and furniture to freeze dried candies. I mean, there's a little bit of everything. Come check it out. Come support these guys. It's a really cool space. So, Scott, was there any like final things that you'd like to say about?
I just wanted to do a shout out to my boy down in Carsville, Georgia. If you're down in the Carsville area, Rockin' Shop, he's my mentor, hero. He's the one that actually got me involved. We used to work together years ago, but he took a step out and quit Shaw Industries and became a full-time block and mortar store down in Carsville. So shout out to the Rockin' Shop. And then also today, in honor of Record Store Day, 10% off everything in the store.
Ooh, yes.
So come on out and find you some crate digging, find you some good deals, and meet these guys.
Hey, and look, I'm going to buy this one.
Yeah.
I love this guy. Seal. $7 live in Paris. Where else are you going to find this? I'm buying it for real.
Just set it aside.
Right
Scott, how can people find you? Are you on social media?
Yeah, on social media at Retro Vinyl Records and More, and then on Instagram, Retro Vinyl, and then on TikTok, Retro Vinyl as well.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Taking over the world.
High roller.
Tic-tac, as some people call it. So, yeah.
I love it, man. What a vibe here.
Yeah, Scott, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have some people that want to chat about some music, but we appreciate you guys checking this out, and come see Scott. Come buy some records.
And get a black light.
Yeah, get a black light. Yeah. Black light posters. Got plenty of them.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. Josh here. I wanted to take a quick second and say thank you to the sponsors of today's episode. So the first one's going to be Vintrist Southside. Vintrist is a community of local vendors that sell everything from handmade to vintage, new and antique items, clothes, and furniture, and also things like vinyl records. There is truly something for everyone in this place. You can find them in downtown Chattanooga on Chestnut Street. You can find them online at vintristantiques.net or on social media by searching for Vintrist Southside. Our second sponsor is Retro Vinyl Records. Retro Vinyl Records is one of the booths within Vintrist Southside and has an assortment of musical memorabilia. So you've got everything from vinyl records to CDs, cassettes, really cool posters. He's even got some blacklight posters, and I guess if you know, you know, he's got them. Yeah, just a little bit of everything in there. And then if you do stop in, make sure you pick up either a hat or a t-shirt that has the logo that me and Scott created. So go support our friend Scott. Go do some crate digging, find some vinyl, find some cool stuff. Go check out Retro Vinyl Records in Vintrist Southside in Chattanooga. All right, so we've got our second interview. And this one should be pretty fun. So we've got Dala joining us.
Hey, Dala.
Hi.
Thanks for jumping in here.
Yeah.
So give us just the quick, who are you? And then we'll talk some music stuff.
Who are you?
So, well, I am the daughter of this establishment.
I love it.
Come on.
No, my dad, he runs the booth. He created this whole thing, him and my mom. I'm their daughter. My name is Dala. And I fell in love with albums because of my dad. Old rock, vinyl, all of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was going to ask, so like, how has his taste of music and just his love for music, how's that like influenced your love for music?
So my dad started like really getting into vinyl. I was in high school.
Wow,
and
perfect time.
The band that caught my attention, I actually have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Is the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right on.
And I remember being, I think I was in 11th grade, and I had the Californication album on vinyl playing on my turntable, and my mom walks in and she's like, "Why are you listening to a song about fornication?"
Oh no!
And I'm like, "What's that?" But no, my dad, he has heavily influenced my taste in music. I remember being in the cars as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
With my friends and their parents, and they would have songs on these old rock bands that they're like jamming out to.
Yeah.
and they would turn it down and they'd be like, who's back there singing that? And it was like always me.
Yeah.
So, and I think growing up, I think we had a turntable, God, in every room.
Wow.
Really?
Every room. Sometimes we would turn it up so loud, our windows would shake.
Come on.
Yeah, those neighbors.
Yeah.
All right.
Those neighbors.
And that's really cool because my dad was also kind of who influenced my taste in music. So, I mean, he was into the classic rock and like the 90s country.
Yeah.
And to this day, that's still music that I love.
Yeah.
So that's cool that you had the same experience. But my dad didn't have like the record players and stuff like that in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's really cool. So Red Hot Chili Peppers, do you have a favorite album of theirs?
Yeah. So Stadium Arcadium, I think, is probably my favorite album. Don't know why.
Yeah.
It's probably just the one that sticks out the most.
Yeah.
But I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have read Anthony Kiedis' book, Scar Tissue. I just bought Flea's biography, Acid for the Children. I'm going to be starting that this week.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be wild.
Yeah. I actually got to see the Chili Peppers front row 2 summers ago.
Nice.
I
Okay.
chat online with Flea on Instagram. Yeah.
Wow.
So like all my dreams have come true.
Right. That's awesome.
What first attracted you to the Peppers? Like, just what was it?
I don't know. Just like their whole, I'll say this too. The new Peppers, like all their new albums that they're coming out with, I don't vibe with it. It's something about their old sound, like their original sound. Like when Anthony was getting off drugs and all of that was like coming out in his music and you can feel it. And now that they're like a healthy group,
Right.
This is awful to say, but now that they're like healthy, their music is like, I don't know, it's not as heavy. It just doesn't hit the same.
They change. Artists change.
Yeah.
Remember the album cover where they had socks on their wieners? Wasn't that?
I don't remember.
I was like,
I don't know. If
this
Flea had
band's
one.
definitely an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying?
That's my taste.
And how about this? I don't think they wore the socks during the live show.
No.
You're hiding behind your bass. I'm like, bro.
I don't think Flea was even hiding. I'm pretty sure at one point
He wasn't.
he was helicoptering that shit. He didn't.
I don't know if I have the you-know-whats to do that kind of show. I really, like, that's when I was like, these guys are next level, man. Like, I love the energy.
I do too.
I was like, no shirt. I was
Yep.
like, they're kind of like Iggy Pop.
Yep.
I think Iggy Pop probably inspired them. If you know Iggy Pop, he's fantastic. He was in the Stooges, then he went solo. Never wore a shirt. The dude's probably like 100 years old.
Yep.
He still doesn't wear a shirt.
Yep.
I'd be afraid to go out of the house without a shirt on.
Same.
No, that's why they're special.
So you grew up in a vinyl home. Are you actively buying new vinyl, or how much? What
You know
how do
what?
you discover?
I haven't bought vinyl in a minute, I'll be honest.
okay.
But on my way here today, I was thinking of all the different albums I want to come in and look through. We got here and we jumped right into this interview, and I was kind of low key like, I was gonna look at vinyl.
Well, we grabbed you, but look, I'm looking around your dad's shop. I'm gonna buy this.
Okay.
Live DVD. I love. Okay, so you like artist biographies. You said you just bought Fleas. That's gonna be killer.
Yep.
You already read Scar Tissue.
Mhm.
And I was telling Josh, like, I love vinyl, but dude, right now I'm really into reading about the artist. My mother-in-law gave me Jan Warner, who created Rolling Stone magazine, just came out with a New York Times best-selling book with Jerry Garcia, Pete Townsend, John Lennon interviews, and Bob Dylan, which was hilarious. Bob Dylan's got a great sense of humor. So I'm digging into, I love reading about these artists now.
Yeah.
And I love like their live shows. So
Yeah.
I'll come to your dad's shop, and I love spinning vinyls, but I'm pretty excited about this.
I'm excited about that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Especially at $7.
Mhm.
You know,
heck yeah.
Yeah, come on.
But the book stuff is cool too, though, isn't it? You
It
learn
is.
about
It's
the
a new
artists.
thing for me. I read Scar Tissue a while ago when I first got into the Chili Peppers, but like I said, I just bought Flea's biography.
Yeah.
So this is a new thing for me, like reading about them. But yeah, it is. It almost
That's
like
cool.
you see them differently. You like really
Yeah.
get to see into who they are and
Yeah.
why they are the way they are.
Like the humanity behind it.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
They are a SoCal band, right? 100%.
100%.
What is it song Under the Bridge?
Mm-hmm.
That's Is that guitar player back with them? The original
John Frusciante?
Yes.
He is.
He's back.
He's back. Yeah.
He had
he's
some
back.
issues.
He did. He was I think he was 18 or not even 18 when he started with the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So youngest in the group,
Mhm.
did not have his head screwed on straight,
Can you
got
imagine?
heavily into drugs,
Damn.
and then just, yeah.
They were like into
lost
the
it.
heroin, I think. They weren't just smoking.
No,
doobies.
they were into some serious
Yeah,
stuff. I
heavy
mean,
stuff.
I want to say Under the Bridge that actually Anthony wrote that song, coming out of drugs and was
Yeah.
like, no more. Like, that was one of his, like, okay, this is it for me.
I was living in LA when that record came out. I was like, God,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, it was a great time. I don't remember much of it, but the guitar
Were you
part.
hanging out with them?
Yeah, I wish. The guitar part is so beautiful. Like, I actually want to hear that now.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Really good, like complex guitar work.
Yeah. No, I mean, just kind of talking about it because I like the Chili Peppers, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. But like
Me
listening
too.
to you talk about it, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You get pumped about it.
yeah, I'm just gonna go like on repeat. I'm just gonna put them on. Yeah.
You should.
What else are you listening to?
What else am I listening to?
One
Mm.
Direction? A little bit of
Oh.
a One Direction fan? Oh.
No, I think I would rather eat my toenails
Ah,
than listen to One Direction. No, I listen. Let's see. I've kind of been into like the whole like pop culture recently.
Interesting. Okay.
I listen to a lot of EDM. I've been kind
yeah.
of heavy into that lately.
Okay.
I live in downtown Chat, so there's an EDM show like I
Is
feel like
there?
every other month. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. At the Signal, you got to look
Oh,
up. Yeah.
we were just at the Signal, me and
yes.
Josh.
Yes. Huh. Wow.
The Caverns. Listening to just got on the Teskey Brothers. If you guys don't know who that is, it's how would you describe them, Dad? Like bluesy, yeah,
Bluesy
soulful, yeah.
So I stopped in here, what was it, Monday this week, just to catch up with him. And he told me, he's like, you should check him out. And on my
Yeah.
way home, I was just like, I saw one of their album covers. You can see the picture of the two brothers. And what I heard did not match that picture, but I mean.
Right. Oh, no. And I want to say they're Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it a blues act or an EDM act? What do we
No,
no,
it's
no,
blues.
sorry. It's
Oh.
blues. It's
yeah.
blues.
It's like soulful blues, like way more soul than
Yes.
like two white boys
I
from
mean, if
Australia
you-
should be.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
having.
you want to cry, though, listen to the Teskey Brothers.
Do I wanna cry?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do.
God, life is so sad already.
It's like a good
club.
It's a
One
good
more
it's a good
reason.
cry. Yeah.
One more reason.
Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to
Yeah.
sit down with us.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to go jam some Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Your
now.
family's doing a
Heck
really
yeah.
cool thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
no,
thanks
they
for letting us
are.
come
I'm
in.
super proud of my dad and my mom for this. I tell literally everyone everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get EDM music in here? Do EDM people put out vinyl?
That's a good question.
Probably
It's such
not.
it seems like such a digital.
Maybe this is like a
consumption.
market. Maybe you're touching on something there.
Maybe you can bring in your downtown Chat EDM
Hey,
people.
okay. Start spinning some plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Light this place up.
Yeah, come on. That'll go good with the black light room.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
There we go,
Throw
Scott.
little lasers in there. Done.
My mom would kick my butt if I ever did a black light. And she'd go, "What, boy? What are you doing in there? It ain't good. I know it."
Well, hey, Dana, thank you for sitting down
you.
with
Thank
us.
you,
And
yeah.
go dig some.
I'm going to go shop for
vinyl.
Thanks,
some vinyl.
Dale.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Proud member of the Chattanooga Network.